I'd like to welcome you to the Board of Commissioners, Town of Reddington Shores regular meeting, Wednesday, October the 8th, 2014 at 7 p.m. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mary call the roll, or Patty call the roll.
Commissioner Henderson? Here. Commissioner Capper?
Here.
Commissioner Holmes?
Here.
Vice Mayor Branch?
Here.
Mayor Adams?
Here.
Attorney Denmark?
Here.
First, the approval of the minutes for the special meeting, September 8th, 2014, the regular meeting, September 10th, 2014, special meeting, September 15th, 2014.
Make a motion that we adopt the minutes for the special meeting September 8th, 2014, and regular meeting September 10th, 2014, and the special meeting September 15th, 2014.
I'll second.
Motion and a second, any discussion? Hearing none, Patty call the roll.
Commissioner Henderson?
Yes.
Commissioner Capper?
Yes.
Commissioner Holmes?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Branch?
Yes.
Mayor Adams?
Yes. Next, the ratification of bills for August and September 2014.
Make a motion that we adopt the bills or ratify the bills for August and September 2014 as presented.
Second.
Motion and a second, any discussion? Hearing none, Patty call the roll.
Commissioner Henderson?
Yes.
Commissioner Capper?
Yes.
Commissioner Holmes?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Branch?
Yes.
Mayor Adams?
Yes. Commission reports. As most of you know, Lavasano seems to be, Lavasano 2, I guess it is, seems to be going at a rapid pace. In that we were to receive the deed to the 2 lots out front. And with that, I'd like the commission to know that I'm asking Commissioner Henderson now, who's in charge of our Parks Department, to meet with the Parks and Rec Board to start looking at what we might want to have put out on those lots. Do that, I appreciate
Gladly.
it. Okay.
I understand.
The other business I have is that the best little town on the west coast of Florida is having its town picnic Saturday. So everybody, please remember that. Put it on your date. Be there. It's a good time. The other thing, I have a resolution that came in yesterday or the day before that I'd like Attorney Denmark to read, please. Yeah.
Resolution number 11-14, a resolution of the Town Commission of the Town of Redding Shores, Florida, establishing December 14th, 2014, December 13th, 2015, December 11th, 2016, December 10th, 2017, and December 9th, 2018 as the dates of the annual Florida Gulf Beaches Holiday Half Marathon or Half-a-thon, providing for an effective date.
Make a motion we adopt resolution number 11-14 as stated.
Second.
Motion and a second, in discussion. Hearing none, Patty call the roll.
Commissioner Henderson?
Yes.
Commissioner Capper?
Yes.
Commissioner Holmes?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Branch?
Yes.
Mayor Adams?
Yes. And that's all I have, Vice Mayor Branch.
I received no police report this time, so I have nothing other than the fact is that I want to thank everybody that's having a part in the town picnic, getting volunteers, and if it wasn't for volunteers, we would be nowhere. And that also includes all of them from the staff that works there and everything. That's all I have, sir.
Thank you, Vice Mayor Branch. Commissioner Kaplan.
Nothing to report.
Okay, Commissioner Henderson.
Well, we have a doggy station newly installed at the public lot off of 177th Terrace West and Gulf Boulevard, and we were hoping that this will deter anybody from leaving their dog do because it is an ordinance to pick up after the dogs, and we are having several complaints. Also, on the picnic subject, seems like everybody's talking about, something new and different this year. We are actually going to be giving away prizes, door prizes. And when you check in, you'll get a free ticket at the table. And I want to thank my Parks and Rec Committee for going out and getting donations from all the businesses, all local. Every single person is a local business, and we have over 200 prizes to give away. So it's going to be a very exciting and busy day on Saturday, and hope to see you all there. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Henderson. I would like to say that Commissioner Henderson has been running around with a megaphone, saying she's going to use that at the thing, and I've been trying to steal it, but anyway, it hasn't happened
He's
yet.
threatened. He said if I put it down, it's gone.
Commissioner Holmes.
I'm going to ask Chief Burford to go ahead and give her a speech tonight, which will do much more justice to the fire services report than I do. And then I would mention a couple of different things after that. Thank you, Chief.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Commissioners. Heather Burford, Chief of the City of Seminole Fire Rescue Department. I'm pleased to be here tonight. Thank you for inviting me. I'd just like to take the place of Commissioner Holmes, who normally reports on the monthly report that we send. And I can tell you that this past month, September, from September 1st through the 31st, was a little quieter than your August and July months. Things have obviously slowed down a little bit out here, giving you folks a little bit of a break as it comes to apparatus and ambulances moving around. So I can tell you that on the fire response side of things, we responded into the town a total of 7 times. 1 time was in a non-emergency response mode, and any time that we can actually determine that we can come to a call without lights and siren, we try to do so, and that's really done for the safety of the public and the safety of ourselves. So if we deem the call to be something that we can respond to, no lights, no siren, and with the flow of traffic, that's easier on everybody. When that happens, of course, that increases the response time, and that particular call took just under 10 minutes to get to, but that was with the flow of traffic, and there was no adverse events because of that. There were 6 emergency fire calls with an average of 6 minutes and 19-second response, so well under the 7 minutes and 30 seconds, 90% of the time. Some of those calls, we had fire alarm activations mostly. 1 major incident, nothing was documented though, so it turned out to be no specific incident. Normally anything large enough to get me to respond, I'll know about, so nothing major out here, which is good. On the EMS side of things, a total of 15 calls. 5 calls that were non-emergency calls, average response time of 6 minutes and 13 seconds, even for non-emergency, and 10 calls that required the use of lights and siren to get here, 6 minutes and 16 seconds. Mostly just medical incidents and 1 report of a rescue incident, most likely a rescue incident involving the water. Does anybody have any questions on that report?
I'd like to ask about that piece. There was a piece in the paper about somebody was complaining, the EMTs or something, that the time of response time was a little slow. I didn't look at it very seriously because I drove one of those suckers for 15 years. And it depends on time of day, time of the night, the traffic situation. Everything makes a difference in your response time. So I didn't pay, but is there anything about that? Have you heard anything come about that they were taking too long, that their runs were too long or something, or is that a pay raise thing that they're pushing for?
Quite honestly, I'm not familiar with the exact article and hadn't heard any recent incidents. Response times to all types of calls is monitored very, very closely throughout the county. And in particular, we monitor very closely how we're responding out here. By contract, we are obligated to get to emergency calls in that 7 minutes and 30 seconds or less 90% of the time. And month to month, we watch those numbers very, very closely. We know that because of the circumstances out here, the geography, it can take a little bit longer. But we've not gotten any recent issues or reports or complaints that I know of that we're following up on. Again, we work with the county on this. This is something internally we work on. I'm frequently in conversation with Commissioner Holmes as well about how we're doing. And we've also looked at other ways to potentially change and improve those response times, although they're not outside of the norm. And my understanding is that the mayors of the 3 communities are fairly satisfied with how things are going. We'd certainly open up conversation and discuss more if the need arose.
I might ask you to expound a little bit on the bridge
Absolutely.
closing.
Yeah, that was my next thing. And it's quite interesting because I became aware of the bridge closing back in March and had the opportunity to work with the pre-construction group. And so the engineers and the project managers and certainly all of the public safety agencies that were preparing for this. We had conversations back in March about potentially moving units, what the impact was going to be, all those kinds of questions. We really ramped up conversations in August and met as a group with the county and the other fire and EMS agencies in the area. Long story short, I had sent correspondence to the mayor and to the commissioner regarding some of the activities that we've done to sort of proactively be out there. There is an ambulance staged out here in this area, an additional ambulance at all times. So you've got a unit that's not waiting to come across one of the other bridges. Anytime that unit is used, another one backfills. We have a system in place at dispatch, so we're monitoring the 2 other bridges, the traffic conditions, when the bridge is up, other issues that might delay our response. And then we're working very closely with Pinellas Suncoast and also Madeira Beach, so that anytime those units are actually out of their areas and not able to respond, we're actually moving towards the Madeira Beach Fire Station. In fact, over the course of the last week, we've responded to a total of 9 calls for service. Our total response time on average was 6 minutes and 5 seconds, so we're within those time parameters. We have no issues to report, no delayed responses, no adverse events because of the bridge closing. And we're continuing to monitor. What we've decided as a group is that we need to constantly be talking to one another, and the minute we see something changing, we'll obviously make some adjustments. We have the ability to do that. Here we are approaching the middle of the 2nd week, and so far everything, knock on wood, has been quite good.
Okay, thank you.
The only other thing I'd like to say to you is that we will be participating in your picnic on Saturday. One of our engines is coming down for a public relations event, and we're really pleased to be able to offer that service to you, so thank you.
We hope the chief will attend as well.
I will definitely be swinging by.
Good, thank you, Chief.
Thank you,
very
folks.
much.
Thank you, chief. Can I just mention a couple other things?
Certainly.
I just wanted to comment on this wonderful lack of storm season that we're having, and want to be sure that we're not just letting our guard down and thinking it's all over, because it isn't. And we want to be sure that whatever time we've been gifted here to keep preparing for the storm when it comes. And it's not the if, it's when. And you still have an opportunity to look over your property as well as your evacuation plan to make sure that whatever you can do or able to do in this period, that please try to get it done to make your property less vulnerable to the storm. And the other thing is, I recently attended a conference put on by the Florida Beaches and Shores Preservation Association down in Bonita Springs. They have some pretty tough places. Anyway, they cover an awful lot of material, but primarily what it is, we've got about 825 miles of beaches in the state of Florida. And the beaches bring in, Mickey might bring in some money, but the beaches bring in about $80 billion a year. That's through tourism. And it's very important that we maintain those beaches. And one of the key things they mentioned to everyone that's in the audience is to start with your local politicians that you see sitting up here, your local public officials, And then they need to work and lobby the people, the legislatures in the state, plus the county and federal, anyone they can come in contact with, or telephone or email, whatever, to remind them of how important it is for the renourishment of our beaches and where the money comes from that runs the state, the bulk of it. So that's what we need to keep doing, and please remember that. And the other thing was floodplain management. The last meeting was held on September 25th. And Steve Andrews and Christy Herrig are currently working on an RFP for engineering on local mitigation projects. Christy is also working on a matrix outlining areas of beach management, beach nourishment information, and how we can better protect the beaches. And Lana Lishimer is looking into outside sources for grant funding and investigating other local governments that already have a beach management plan in place. Anyway, they're moving along, and we're expecting some fruition here to our efforts in the near future. The next meeting is October 16th at 2 p.m. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, that's all I have.
Thank you, Commissioner Holmes. Job well done. There's no old business, so we'll go on to new business, and that's resolution 10-14, approving annual CIE element schedule for the comprehensive plan. Attorney Denhart.
Resolution number 10-14, a resolution of the Town Commission of the Town of Redding Shores, Florida, reviewing the annual amendments to the town's capital improvement element schedule of projects and approving and adopting of the same, providing for an effective date.
I make a motion we adopt resolution number 10-14 as read.
A second.
Motion and second, and discussion. Hearing none, Patty call the roll.
Commissioner Henderson?
Yes.
Commissioner Capper?
Yes.
Commissioner Holmes?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Branch?
Yes.
Mayor Adams?
Yes. Next is PSTA appointment. The municipalities of Bel Air Beach, Bel Air Shores, Indian Rocks Beach, Indian Shores, Madeira Beach, North Reddington Beach, Reddington Shores, St. Pete Beach, and Treasure Island. We have one appointment to the governing board of the Pinellas Suncoast Transit Authority, PSTA. And so we have Mark Beaton, who has been our representative, and he's going again for it. He is a commissioner at Reddington Beach, and I'd like to have a motion to appoint him again.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second, any discussion? Hearing none, Patty call the roll.
Commissioner Henderson?
Yes.
Commissioner Capper?
Yes.
Commissioner Holmes?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Branch?
Yes.
Mayor Adams?
Yes. Public comments? Quiet. Hearing none, the next workshop meeting is Wednesday, October 29th, 2014 at 7 p.m. The regular meeting Wednesday, November 12th, 2014, 7 p.m. With that, this meeting is adjourned.
Good meeting.